for our briefing, which is called the Art for the Sake of Life, and actually on the eve of the Day of Disabled Persons and the Day of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. My name is Nataliya Sokolenko. I'm one of the air hostess of the Hromadske Radio, and there are a lot of public activities, and sometimes the question is whether it's trustworthy. Can we trust those people who are going to take some kind of benevolent action? So I actually agreed to be moderator of this briefing because we understand that a real person doing something realistic, and we are going to talk about that and tell you a lot of stories in our Hromadske Radio broadcasting company. So our today's topic: charity auction of paintings drawn by soldiers to support the heavily wounded ATO fighters. So I'd like to ask one of the guests to talk more about this project. Good morning. The 24 hours of renovation actually nights of the Ukrainians. That's why the community of the former fighters who actually were involved directly in those warfare activities, they united their efforts to help those who badly need their assistance. And so that's why the Unity of Brothers Foundation became the organizers of the benevolent actions or the charity actions, and to unite all the people from the soldiers from the different military hospitals to help the heavily wounded. Unfortunately, to our utmost regret, one minute can change the whole life. That's why Oleg Kornetsky became one of the persons who are going to remember forever, who actually died in the burn treatment center. So we call upon everybody, those people who we selected to provide assistance to 7 soldiers in a very severe condition. They badly need your assistance and help. The major picture of the auction and the picture of canvas which was created by the soldiers after being wounded is going to be part of the auctions for those people who would like to take part in these charity actions. All those indifferent persons are kindly requested to participate in this auction and to be present in the concert with the stars of Ukraine, the real patriots who really went through the warfare in the east of Ukraine in different battalions. We are talking about the merited artists of Ukraine, Sergiy Vynnychenko, Vynnychenko, and other artists who constantly help the military servicemen with their work, with their creative activities. They actually inspire them for the best. Thank you, Konstantin. I can add that Maria Straczynska is going to be involved in these activities. She is the scriptwriter and the author of the now this play about the Hromadske tragedy. Now I would like to give the floor to Sergiy Triskach, head of the NGO Ukrainian Association Disabled ATO Soldiers. Also, I would like to add a few words about the auction. The buyers of the pictures, they will be issued the certificate, the saver, the rescuer, or the hero. Now, thank you. Good afternoon to everybody. Our major task, the task of the public organization and NGOs, to do everything possible so that disabled persons can be reintegrated in society 100%. That's why we have to unite our efforts. To unite, generally speaking, we need some resolute actions on the part of the government, especially we are talking about the local governance bodies, because the disabled person, they have both the physical trauma and psychological trauma as well. So it's very important for this person not to be committed to only to the room they live in. They have to have a possibility to go outside, to drive a car, to go by metro, some public transportation, be 100% member of our society. And that's why we take care of such actions. And that's why we work with our disabled soldiers And I hope that the local authorities and the society will join us in our efforts. And our ultimate goal is to reach a situation when the people can actually feel and sense our care. Thank you. You already mentioned the different authorities, including the local governance bodies, and the major attention towards all those and care to those who need that must be concentrated on the local governance bodies, because we are talking about the budgetary decentralization. Most of the money and funds will remain on the local level, and that's why those communities have enough money to organize everything for those who find themselves in the wheelchairs. And now, on the eve of the disabled persons, of course, you're going to report what you have done, but mostly we are interested what are planned for the future. Yesterday, they published the no budget for the next year. Did they take in consideration the problems associated with our events in the eastern Ukraine? First of all, I would like to draw attention to the fact that all of us together, Minister of Social Policy, pursues the policy required by the Ukrainian nation, Ukrainian people. In many cases, we would like to, together with the public at large, to resolve the outstanding issues which crop up in the local communities in this center, and we cannot to think how to change the situation, because the public organizations are ahead of everybody, because they actually have the Ukrainian army treat the wounded, and the public actually shoulder the very big burden. Today, as a representative of the Minister of Social Policy, I would like to say that we are interested that all the social funds be channeled to the people specifically. We would like to take care of all the directions. We are talking about the care and assistance to be given to the disabled persons, treatment, rehabilitation, etc., so that all the needs of the people be taken care of. For this, we need a kind of public, well, control. I don't want to use the word control. Rather, I would like to use the word cooperation, because those people who work on daily basis with those issues, they know how much money they need and how to use to spend that money. Today, not always we can see that in those directions of our activities which we would like to reform together with the public at large. So on the eve of the Day of Disabled Persons, I would like to say that this is a day which is important for the people, handicapped people the world over, and the whole world actually pays attention to those people. And today we are talking about those handicapped people, and we try to look that through the prism of public, to the public and the warfare taking place in the east of Ukraine. I'm sure that together, pulling our efforts, we'll be able to change the country and to achieve the translate into life the ideas and the dreams of the community, of the society. So thanks to everybody, and I hope we are going to have the cooperation on daily basis. Have you seen the budget already? Maybe some of the programs have been further expanded to take care of the rehabilitation treatment of the former ATO fighters. Speaking about treatment, the rehabilitation of the former ATO fighters, we actually requested more money to be allocated to this and of course, we are talking not only about treatment, rehabilitation of those people, but also the job placement and providing the rehabilitation means, and in other words, all those programs which existed before, and to expand those, and the assistance to be given to the ATO soldiers. And that's why I'm talking about the great role to be played by the community, by the society, because this money is going to be allocated and directed to the competitive environment. We did not have that all this time. the money or the funds were distributed some kind of nobody could understand how it was done. So we'd like to do that this now to a maximum extent efficiently, so that people could understand how their taxes they pay are spent, whether they be channeled to assist those people who were wounded, who actually defended with their lives and health our peaceful life, and we must be grateful to them and do that through our quality everyday work. I would like to thank at this point of time to the organizers of this event 19. There is a benevolent and charity foundation, Ukrainian Association of Disabled ATO soldiers, and both organizations have their pages in the Facebook, and you can see the lots in this auction and get more information about the artists who created those pictures. Now I'd like to give the floor to Kateryna Mashko, press officer of the NGO Ukrainian Association of Disabled Youth Soldiers. I would like to thank everybody who were involved, the artists and the volunteer organizations, public organizations, NGO who helped us to provide the pictures and canvases, to provide the volunteer assistance. Free hands. We also would like to thank all the commercial organizations involved in these functions, and also to the museum for providing the premises to us. Our pictures were created by the ATO soldiers. The ATO fighters agreed to create those pictures to help other fighters, our soldiers. This was their major message. Why they agreed to do that? They were happy to be involved in this very noble action. And I would like to say that our auction will be online, transmit online to our foreign diaspora, including the Canadian one, owing to our information partner, the TV channel Truth is Here, Pravda Tut. They're going to organize this kind of the live transmission of this event. Another participant of our event, Victoriya Balynska, head of the NGO Art Combat. She can tell us a bit more about those people. Did you teach them something, or I'm really happy and I'm grateful to our colleagues for the fact that they involved us in this kind of action. What I would like to say, our organization was established in order to transform the energy of war into the peaceful channels, so to say. And we are dealing with rehabilitation of those young guys who return back home after combat actions. And those people who were involved in this project, actually, our girls involved their assistance or the participation from the rehabilitation center. Actually, nobody of them could even draw, not to say to create the pictures, but anyone. They were on the zero level, so to say, or artistic development. But they actually did their peaceful, heroic deed. Not everybody actually can cross the line, because they never did something like that. They were afraid that they won't be able to do something. But we are going to demonstrate how simple it could be. When those guys started to reveal their abilities, the pictures they created are really very powerful, and I am very grateful to those guys. I was actually present, and I witnessed that kind of transformation. Two guys, asked my specific assistance to help them to enter our artistic academies. This is a kind of miracle. And those who are going to be involved in this project and will see this kind of miracle, wonderful, real wonder pictures. That means that each of us can do a lot of nice and beautiful things, And you only have to allow yourselves to do that. And this kind of gem will be radiating this special light, And this is, I don't know, this kind of velvet or the most valuable gems of our soul, which are deep inside every one of us, and we do not allow ourselves to produce or to demonstrate that. Many of the guys who were part of this project managed to do that. So I would like many of you to come and see their creations. Actually, this deals, and this is true about everyone here. So allow yourselves to create something beautiful in your life, and you can actually gratify the hearts of somebody else, and to show where to move towards in the future. We are a very creative nation, and I believe that the creative potential, which is inherent in our citizens, this will allow us to find a way out of the crisis we live through now. Thank you, Victoria, for this emotional speech. Should you have any questions, it's time to ask those.
Please introduce yourself. Yemets Maria, Ukrainian Crisis Media Center. First of all, I would like to thank everyone who participates. It's a very good project, very important in our times. And how many servicemen were included in this action? So please take us. Please tell us. There will be about 30 pictures painted by servicemen and from 3 hospitals, and it's about 10 servicemen. And the main idea, when we invite everyone to our volunteer action, we say that who saved one life, that person saved the whole world. So on the 4th of December in Lavrska Street, this event will be held. Please introduce yourself. Anatoly Semyonov, Ladoni Angela organization. We are happy to cooperate with such organizations that are represented here, and 5 of those soldiers are present here. And I would like to address to the Ministry of Social Policy. Volunteer movements have shown the way how to reorganize the process. Can we get the contacts? And Pavel Valerievich always help us, and this project should be brought at the national level. And we and other organizations, art therapy, they produce positive effect together with the physical rehabilitation and therapy, a complex of measures that can lead to positive results. And can we get your contacts? And we want this initiative to continue. Thank you. I think that many people here have our contacts, and I would like to say that, dear friends, the Ministry of Social Policy changes, and people come to the ministry from volunteer movements. Please join us. We are always glad. And public servants and volunteers, activists, they are cooperating with us. We are open, and we have limitless opportunities for them. So there are some rehabilitation programs, we support them. If these are budget programs, so in the framework of the budget, and we provide other support because we do everything possible in order to resolve this situation. And I would like also to pay your attention to the idea that we should work with local government because people are mobilized and demobilized where they live. So first, who start to work with them is local community, and your knowledge, your opportunities, your experience should be directed to cooperate. We the wage is low, and people are not attentive to the needs of other people, and the quality of services is rather low. And all those problems will be trying to solve all these problems. This project is very important, and we will be glad if you join us. Konstantin, maybe you will introduce the artists. Of course, I would like to invite the guys who took part in this project. Please, come to the stage. Alexander, who is one of the initiators of this movement, Anatoly, and they are in Pushchevaditsa. They created art therapy and works of art. I think that the guys can speak for themselves because they are great communicators, and let them speak. So please introduce yourself. I am Alexei, and I am very thankful for this opportunity to paint a picture. What did you paint? I painted two pictures. One was the sun in the skies of Mariupol and over Mariupol, and the second picture is an iceberg. So I would like to say that when I painted this picture, I put my heart into it. And I thank I want to thank the girls who presented this opportunity to me. I thank those people who join this activity and who buy these pictures. Thank you very much. So the next one, I also want to thank to volunteer organization that is called Hands of Angels. This rehabilitation is very important for the ATO servicemen. I also painted a picture. It was difficult for me because I painted with my left hand. And I would like to say to those people who will buy these pictures that you will help us a lot if you buy a picture. I am Oleg, 24th Brigade. Girls want something to say. I would like to say that, first of all, introduce yourself. Maria Ryabchenko. Of course, they say that I'm an initiator of this. I would like to thank the guys, and I agree with the previous speakers. These guys can surprise us. People who have never painted professionally. They say, "Oh, I painted when I was at school," and Sometimes they painted, but there were some graphic works with the pen, and their pictures, they are inspiring. They inspire the guys, and it is very pleasant to see this guy. They are proud that they could do this. They do something new for themselves. So this helps, and I'm glad for them, and they are glad for themselves. And I would like to say thank you to those people, to these guys. And we started art therapy in May, and we hope that we can create an exhibition because we have many works to show. And another question, what is the genre? What is the style? I'm not professional in the terminology. Is it realism or some other style? So we work in the
Oil
oil
painting.
painting, reproductions of famous painters, and our guys, they copy the pictures of famous painters. But maybe a guy don't want to make a copy, so they do their own pictures. His paintings are his own. These are not copies. So some works are realistic, some are of fantasy characters. So I wish everyone to come to Lavarska 19 at 6 p.m. and to join this activity and to buy the pictures and to save our heroes. We thank you a lot. And if you have other questions, you can pose them. So glory to Ukraine.